Hi folks, Mark Ritchie here from Workplace Wizards. We're a local business like you. We're here on the somewhat quiet Nelson Place in Williamstown at our shop here. So we are workplace experts, we're lawyers, we're coaches, we're consultants. We help our leaders and our clients through issues, conflict and crises at work. So the COVID pandemic, of course, qualifies as one of those. And Hobsons Bay City Council has asked me to put a couple of videos together on our website and on this channel to try and assist local Hobsons Bay businesses who are struggling and want to know what to do managing their workforce and their issues through this crisis. Hopefully we all get through together and come out the other side. So my last video, which we'll link in the comments below, but we spoke about those levers and those workforce planning strategies that you can employ to try and manage your workforce, downsize your workforce to get through this crisis. This video, I'm going to zero in on that job keeper payment, which has been announced by the federal government. Now, it was only announced yesterday and details are still pretty sketchy. They're putting the meat on the bones of that today and then going forward. But I'll give you some of the greatest hits. It is an extraordinary payment for extraordinary times, some $130 billion to stimulate the economy. And what it essentially is, it allows people who still remain employed to access unemployment benefits. So it's providing a stimulus to businesses to pass on to their staff who need more work or who are stood down without pay, and in order to help pay their bills and help those employees through. So there's been a real increase to the unemployment benefits of those, sadly, hundreds of thousands of employees who are unemployed as a result of this crisis. But this job keeper payment, as the name suggests, applies to assist those to keep their jobs. So what is it and who does it apply to? So it's a payment of up to $101,500 per employee per fortnight. So quite a bit of money there. And it is administered through the employer, but reimbursed through the federal government, through the ATO. So employers are eligible if they have a turnover of less than $1 billion annually. So dare say most businesses in Hobsons Bay would qualify for that. Mine certainly does. Less than that amount, and who have their turnover reduced by more than 30% as a result of this crisis. And I'd say most employers are ticking that box already. Also, you can't be one of the big four banks, so that's interesting. But so again, tick in that box for most of you. And then we get to who is eligible for that $1,500 payment per fortnight. And the government, and again, we'll put this fact sheet in the comments below, has outlined two major groups of employees who are eligible. And the first is those who are continuing to work, but helpfully, the government is going to pay you to keep them working. And the fact sheet provides two employees under this example: Anne, who's earning $1,500 a fortnight, and Nick, who's earning $1,000 a fortnight. So really this scheme, for those who you've still got some work and you can continue to employ, the government will pay Anne her $15 a fortnight, and Nick, even though he's only earning $1,000 a fortnight for you, the government's going to pay him $1,500 a fortnight. So that's for you to pass on and administer as employee. And then there's implications around there of you as employer paying the superannuation guarantee for those workers. So check that out with your accountant. Secondly, it's for that group of employees who have been stood down without pay. See our previous video for exactly what that means. But where they're stood down, you're not paying them, but they remain your employee. Well, the government is going to pay them that $1,500 per fortnight administered through you, which enables them to pay their bills and get by until we all come out the other end of the crisis. Have a read of the fact sheet below. We're here if you need some specialist help and advice. Good luck getting through the crisis, manage your cash flow, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side.